to Frederick's at its best. I'm Frederick County Executive Jan Gardner. I'm very excited today to introduce to you Ellie Grossnickle, who is Maryland's dairy princess. Agriculture is important to Frederick County. It's part of our heritage, and it's also a big industry that contributes economically to our county. And as most of you know, milk is Maryland's official state beverage, and Frederick County is Maryland's largest dairy producer. So it's a real honor to have Ellie Grossnickle representing Frederick County across the state of Maryland. Ellie is the daughter of Donald and Donna Grossnickle of Myersville, and she's 17 years old. She's worked on her family's dairy farm, and she's done all the work, milking cows, feeding calves, and helping to clean the milking parlors. And she's been an active part of the Middletown Valley 4-H Dairy Club and also FFA at Middletown, where she's had a number of roles, including as the chapter secretary and as the Middletown FFA junior advisor. And so she's been involved in agriculture and will really honor Frederick County to represent us outside Frederick County and around the state. So I do want to present a certificate of recognition to you, and I'd like to take the opportunity to read it to you. This certificate of recognition is presented to Miss Ellie Grossnickle, Maryland Dairy Princess. Congratulations on your selection as the first Frederick County teen since 2009 to be crowned the Maryland Dairy Princess. This special state title as the 54th Maryland Dairy Princess will allow you to be the ambassador of the dairy industry as you share your passion for farming, strengthening American agriculture, and providing leadership to build a sustainable world. Growing up on the Ellerton View Farm, your family farm in Myersville, has provided you with a unique perspective of the day-to-day operations of a successful dairy operation. In today's high-tech age, you will play an important role in educating the young farmers of the future about living from the land and hands-on farm management. Those in the agricultural field will be well served by your support of this industry upon which Frederick County was founded. And of course, I think one of the greatest messages that we have to share with young people is where their food comes from. On behalf of the citizens of Frederick County, I want to commend you for being a shining example to represent our community. Your dedication and steadfastness to the dairy industry will surely make a difference in the lives of many people. So congratulations, we're proud of you, and we hope you have a wonderfully successful year.
Thank you.
And with that, I would like you to take the opportunity to introduce yourselves and talk about whatever you want to speak to.
Okay. Hi, I'm Ellie Grossnickle. I'm just the newly elected Maryland Dairy Princess, and I can't wait to serve our dairy industry this year. As Jen was saying, I grew up on a dairy farm in Myersville, and it's something that I wasn't pushed into, was learning to love dairy. My parents always told me that I could really do whatever we wanted, and just in the past few years, I've gotten involved in our FFA chapter, and I just fell in love with agriculture, and I love talking about it, and I love being with people who love it, and I love educating people about it, and not only agriculture, but specifically dairy as well, and just telling people that it is really important to have your 3 servings every day of dairy in your diets. It's a great provider of 9 essential nutrients that you need, and this year I really want to talk to kids. And that's something that I love to do, is speak with children. And I want to visit as many schools as I can, because kids are people that their minds can easily be just, I guess, influenced. And I really want to give them the right message about where their food is coming from so that they can pass it on to their parents and just encourage them to love agriculture, just like I do, because it's something that's truly important and something that everybody needs.
Can you share a little bit about what you have to do in your role, what your responsibilities are?
Yeah. So this year, I'm going to be visiting many schools, like I said. I'll be going to some farm meetings. I was just actually invited to a lot of fairs where I'll be handing out ribbons at the dairy shows, and I'll have booths set up, so come visit me. And I'll be working with my other 2 alternates, Maura and Santana, and just spending a lot of time with them and also with our dairy maids, the dairy promotion team. And just going wherever I'm invited to. I was actually invited to a downtown Frederick shop at Collectibles and just doing a promotion there and encouraging people to have dairy. So.
Okay. Yeah. And now, standing to my left is Ellie's mother. We'll let her introduce herself and talk about whatever you want to share.
Hi, I'm Donna Grossnickle, and I'm married to Donald Grossnickle. We're Ellie's parents, and we have a farm between Myersville and Wolfsville called Ellerton View Dairy Farm. It's a 140-acre dairy farm where Ellie and her 3 siblings were raised. It's the only home that they've ever known. And my husband and I were both born and raised on dairy farms. Our grandparents farmed dairy, so it's the only life that we know. And when I married him, I knew what I was getting into. It's a lifetime commitment, 365 days a year, twice a day, milking cows. So there's not a lot of time for vacations. In fact, other than a trip to the beach for 2 days each fall for the past probably 12 years, that's been it for us. And raising our 4 children, I told them from little up that you can disagree with one another, but you cannot be disrespectful to one another. So at this stage of the game, they all get along great. We have lots of traditions that we do there at the farm. And when they're raised, like Ellie said, they're all encouraged to pursue their own line of interest as far as a career goes. But my husband and I are very proud that they've all chosen agriculture. Our oldest daughter will be going into vet school, and our second child, Dane, he's going to be an ag teacher. And then Ellie, with being the Maryland Dairy Princess and involved in the FFA and the 4-H, she's been influenced by excellent leadership role models in those organizations. And also our church. We're very involved in our church, and that has laid a firm foundation that they know that they always have the Lord to turn to help them when they're overloaded with school duties and this, that, and the other. So they're just very firm-founded kids, and we're very proud of Ellie and know that she'll go out and she can get through to the kids and let the kids know that that their milk and their dairy products come from a good place. Farmers love their cows, and the cows love the farmers. And we encourage people to visit farms because, it's a great life, and it's through the kids' father, they've seen perseverance and drive and determination, and he never complains about his job. He knows that's the career he's chosen, and it's set and a very important example for each of our children that to achieve, they have to have determination and drive and willpower. And so we're really proud of Ellie and support her and in the next year, and on from there, hopefully she'll stay in ag. And our youngest son would like to take over the farm one day. So there you have it.
Thank you very much. I think that's fabulous. And, I think it's really very important for young people to learn where their food comes from. When I was growing up, we used to actually go to a dairy farm to buy our milk. We picked it up there at the farm. And I don't think a lot of that happens anymore. Certainly there's more interest in local food today than there was maybe 10 years ago. And it's really wholesome, nutritious, tastes better, and it's really important for us to have local products for our health, nutrition, and well-being, and to support our local economy. It keeps the money right here. And so I would appreciate it if you had any thoughts that you might want to add on what we can do in county government to support the agriculture industry. And you as a family farmer for generations, and it's really exciting to know that you have children who are interested in staying in the industry, and what you see that we might be able to do better to support you.
Well, I think you're already doing an awful lot to support us, and we do appreciate it. Traditionally, the farmer works behind the scenes, and they don't have the time or the comfort level to go out and advocate for themselves, and so that is what you do in the government. And I think farm families are realizing that through their children going to college and getting educations and moving on to advocate for the farm, that's a very important role. When Ellie did her skit portrayed that, in that she milked cows and she tends to calves, but there's another role there, that the farmers have to go out and tell their story. And yes, people like to know that that they are consuming good homegrown products, and they like to know where their food comes from. And we need people out there advocating, saying these farmers markets are great things, and the food is locally grown. And you know, you've told me that it's Ag Week, so I think you are doing your part. I don't have any really other advice other than keep doing what you're doing, keep advocating for us, and know that we greatly appreciate it.
All right. Thank you. Is there anything you'd like to add, Ellie, before we end our presentation today?
Yeah, just thank you for inviting me here today. And I encourage you to go visit a dairy farm. That's one thing that I'm really promoting this year, is go see a dairy farm and see what it's all about. There are a lot of misconceptions about what happens behind the scenes, but really there's nothing to hide. I welcome you to come visit our farm. I give one of our friends tours all the time with her little girl, and she loves it. She's always coming back. So please go visit a farm, go visit a creamery, and drink your milk.
That's a great message. Yeah. So to conclude, I want to congratulate Ellie Grossnickle. We're very proud of you, and we wish you much success in the upcoming year as the Maryland Dairy Princess.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for joining us. And if you see Ellie, tell her congratulations.